Okay. Now, beta, in this we will be discussing more about the sources of rainfall, right? Okay. These are the different sources of rainfall in Pakistan. That is monsoon, Western Depression, convectional currents, relief rainfall, and tropical cyclone, right? These all are the sources of rainfall in Pakistan. Okay. I think that is the part that where you feel that you don't, you feel you face difficulty, right? Okay. The question could be given differently. I'll be discussing questions also, right? Okay. First, let's discuss about. Okay. Uh, Monsoon rainfall, right? There are two types of rainfall, right? In monsoon, we categorize in two categories, right? Uh, First, what is monsoon? It's a seasonal wind blows during summers and winters, right? Okay. And then summer winds are called southwestern monsoon, and winter winds are called northeastern monsoon, right? Okay. Now, southwestern monsoon, if I think if you'll open your textbook, page 33, figure 2.11 and 2.11a and 2.11b, right? So what happens in southwestern monsoon? Giant sea breezes, they bring heavy rainfall. The question could be given, you have to describe the route of monsoon rainfall, right? So in that, you will be writing the information that I'm telling you right now. So these are giant sea breezes. It brings heavy rainfall. Begins during summer when tropical continent heats up and warm air and heat up. So warm air, it rises over land, creates low pressure, which attracts cool moisture from the sea, causing heavy rainfall, right? So what happens in that, beta? The monsoon wind, it blows from Bay of Bengal. That is the source, beta, from where it starts, right? So it is imperative to use all these vocabularies from Bay of Bengal. After crossing Bangladesh and North India, it enters in northern Pakistan. So wind starts to blow in June and causes heavy rainfall in northern Punjab in July, right? Uh, so what happens when it starts rising from Bay of Bengal? Then it crosses Bengal and drops the heavy moisture there, and then it crosses northern India, and from wherever it crosses, beta, it drops moisture, heavy rainfall. So during summer time period, there is a flood. There flood season in Bengal also, and in Bangladesh, sorry, also, and in northern part of Pakistan. Then it reaches to northern areas of India, sorry, and then it reaches to tail end of that monsoon. It reaches to Pakistan. Then after that, it drops moisture again in the northern part of Pakistan. Then it comes down to the southern part, right? Okay. Other than that, northeastern monsoon, okay, southwestern monsoon, that is that comes during summer, right? The sources again. Let me repeat: Bay of Bengal, Indian Ocean, then it goes to the Arabian Sea, right? Then other than that, northeastern monsoon, right? They come during winter, right? It blows from the land towards sea. Then dry winds, because they originate in the dry area, they are dry in nature, right? During winters, a high pressure area is created over the Tropic of Cancer. Winds blow from land to sea, which is a low pressure area, right? Okay. Then there is another overactive monsoon system which brings heavy monsoon rainfall in Karachi and coastal areas of Sindh, right? And then September is considered as the end of the monsoon season in Pakistan, right? Okay. Another source of rainfall is, okay, for this the rainfall beta, I will tell you another table that you have to learn, which will help you to understand more. That is given on page number 37, figure 2.26. I repeat, page 37, figure 2.26. You'll see it is mentioned here which climatic zones it receives which source of rainfall is common there, right? So when we talk about monsoon, it is common in coastal area, right? And yes, that's and then again some little rainfall in arid zone also, right? Now let's talk about western monsoon, sorry, western depression, which is common, and yes, sorry, monsoon is common in highland zone also. So Western Depression, it is common in lowland zone area, right? In highland zone area also, it receives the one of the sources of rainfall is Western Depression, because this question also come. They would ask the sources of rainfall. Why is this area has received maximum amount of rainfall in that winter or summers, right? So you should know the sources. When you know the sources, then only you'll be able to write your answer. So let's talk about Western Depression. It is during winter season, beta, and it is common on the western part of Pakistan, which receives Western depressions are cyclones, basically, which originates in the Mediterranean
Your
Sea,
voice is lagging.
western part of Pakistan, right? And then it travels across Afghanistan and Iran. Then it reaches to western areas of Pakistan. It strikes the northwestern part and southwestern parts of Pakistan, right? Okay. Then another one sources we have convectional currents, right? So which is common in north and northwestern areas of Pakistan. It receives convectional currents when the lands get heats up, right? So what happens? The warm air it rises. So condensation takes place. The clouds are formed. Then which brings heavy rainfall with thunderstorms also, right? That is, and that it happens during summers, right? Another type of rainfall is relief rainfall. Relief means height, right? So height of the land. So what happens again? We have studied the if you remember the
As
leeward
the
and
air rises,
yes, right. So it occurs where the moist air it moves up, it rises, right? And then when it goes up,
it's like
condensation
in
takes
Murray.
place. Yes, right. And all the highland areas, right? It receives rainfall. One of the sources of rainfall, it's a relief rainfall. Murray, Sawat, Aptabad, all these areas, right? The KPK part also because the height is more there, right? As compared to coastal area. Okay. Then we have tropical cyclones, right? And tropical cyclones, as I told you, these bring few hours of heavy rainfall, right? Which could be destructive with destructive winds in coastal areas, especially. They originate over the Arabian Sea, and then most of the time they drop moisture in this on seas and oceans body only. But when it reaches, whenever it reaches to the land, we receive very heavy rainfall with strong winds, right? Okay. Other than that, in this chapter, this climatic zones we have already studied the map. The question could be given, you could be asked to write the distribution pattern of temperature and rainfall of any area. So the pattern that we used to follow, that would be same, right? And then you could be asked to write the reasons also, why if the rainfall is more, so why is it more in that area. So definitely if you know the resources, if you know the examples of those areas, you would be able to connect, you would be able to write your answer. Other than that, in this chapter, beta, if I'll focus on more, okay. Yes, the effectiveness of winter rainfall, that is very important for you to study, because winter rainfall, why is it affected? That question effective. This question also had come because the winter rainfall it comes with very light showers, so the land can absorb that water. Then summer rainfall, right? So it is beneficial for to pursue farming activities, agricultural activities, right? And we all know that the Potra Plateau, that is a Barani land. It depends on the agricultural activities depends on rainfall only, right? So that is very helpful for such areas. The winter rainfall is very effective in such areas, right? Summer rainfall, why are they not considered as especially effective in Pakistan? We don't have enough dams to store that summer rainfall water, right? And other than that, definitely, so which causes huge destruction, mass destruction is being caused due to that heavy flooding and rainfall. um Other than that, we have in this, yes, hazards are there basically. These are also again imperative to study, like flooding is there. The question could become in this flood, The causes of flooding, you need to discuss what are the causes of flooding, like uh, deforestation, one of the reasons, right? uh, Other than that, the heavy monsoon rainfall is one of the reasons, right? Melting of snow during summer is the reason. These are the natural reasons. The heavy monsoon rainfall and melting of snow, these are the natural reasons. Then cutting of tree, deforestation, failure of strengthen the embankments, like the damages in the embankment of rivers, right, or the dams or reservoirs. That is a human factor. Due to that, the flood can be caused. Other than that, how can we control that flood risk? We can do plantation. We can
By building more dams.
make a diverted channel. Yes, enlarged river channels could be established, right? Building embankments, right, to control flooding.
Building proper sewage
Dams,
system.
barrages, definitely. Yes, and then publicizing flood warning programs through radio, social media is very common nowadays. So you can do awareness programs also. Evacuation should be there, right? So question, I will tell you the type of question could become. The question could be, to what extent flooding can be managed in Pakistan, right? So you have to write the solutions at plantation. You can give example Aga Khan plantation program, and then Imran Khan also has had initiated thousand tsunami plantation. Likewise, it was the name, right? You can give example. Other than that, we have one new dam. It is being under process, right? What is the name of that dam?
Basha Dam.
ठीक है. And other than that, the storms are also there. Then we have drought. Same question, you can prepare for drought also. To what extent drought can be managed in Pakistan? So answer itself is given in the textbook. Drought is basically a long period of a dry weather, right? So the reasons for drought, definitely no rainfall for a long period of time, which leads to drought and which leads to famine. The shortage of food is one of the
And
reasons,
deforestation.
one of the effect of that drought. Overgrazing could be the one of the cause of drought. Yes. Desertification, right? These are the effects of droughts, right? And uh, overgrazing, global warming, due to a lot of multiple industries have been opened up, right? So climate is changing. The more the climate would change, the areas those are hot, those will become more hotter. There'll be less rainfall. Definitely, they'll become into desert area. And then that these all there are different types of droughts: permanent droughts, seasonal droughts. These are the invisible droughts, unpredictable droughts, right? And then how could we manage it? That's the important thing. How could we manage drought?
By planting
uh,
more trees.
uh, Water storage schemes should be there, right? The use of new technology, for example, the use of seawater through desalination process, right? The conversion of wastewater into clean water, that is again a new technology through filtration and chemical treatment and all, right? And the lining of canals, that is also very important, because the water, a lot of water gets wasted if the canals are not lined, right? And then other than that, these all are the use of variety of hyv seeds for crop cultivation, which are drought resistant, right? And they consume less amount of water also, right? That could be one of the solutions for to manage the drought in Pakistan, right? Not in Pakistan, everywhere in the country. You can give example where the drought could be common, definitely in arid areas, for example, or Haran area, Tharparkar area, and all these areas, right? These areas, they are facing severe drought conditions in Pakistan. Balochistan area, like Quetta, Kalat, Noshki, Nokandi, Panjgod. These all are the areas and then same there is Umarkot, where they get severe drought conditions. They face it every year in Pakistan. So that was it from my side. If you want to ask any question, you are most welcome to ask. Um, yes, beta. Any question from your